On Halloween night in Haddonfield, Corey Cunningham arrives at the Allen house to babysit Jeremy, who has been scared from the previous year's Halloween massacre. Corey makes a horror movie for Jeremy, who claims not to be scared. Despite Corey's warnings, Jeremy is not there, and he calls for help. Corey grabs a knife and locks Jeremy in the attic, causing him to crash over the balcony. His parents rush to his side, and Mrs. Allen accuses Corey of murder. Laurie Strode lives with Allison 3 years later, and the two are still moving on from Karen's murder. Laurie has been writing a novel about her ordeal with Michael Myers and how Haddonfield has dealt with the aftermath of his latest massacre. Corey has been free after being acquitted and works at a garage/junkyard. His boss Ronald gifts him with a motorcycle. Allison invites Corey to go out with her, and she is encouraged by both Laurie and Lindsay Wallace to pursue a new romance. Corey is shown at home living with his mother, Joan, who treats Corey like a child and is overly protective of him after everyone in town labeled him a child murderer. Corey is spotted by Terry and his friends, including Margot, who thinks they are taking things too far. Terry and Billy refuse to let him leave, and Corey admits Terry's father hates him based on his conversation with him at the garage. Terry and Billy throw Corey over a bridge, causing him to fall unconscious. An unseen figure drags Corey into the sewers, where he tries to escape but is grabbed by the throat. Michael looks into Corey's eyes, suggesting that he knows Corey has killed before. When Corey gets out, a homeless man approaches him with a knife and orders him to return to the sewer to get Michael's mask. Corey fights the homeless man, stabbing him to death. Corey goes to Allison's house to find her and asks her to join him. They go out to dinner together. Meanwhile, Laurie gets concerned about them spending time together, believing she saw Michael in Corey's eyes. Despite expressing sympathy, Joan insults Laurie over her involvement with Michael, claiming that Haddonfield picked her son as their next boogeyman when Michael vanished. Laurie and Lindsay visit a bar in Haddonfield, where they are surprised to find Mr. Allen. He claims he tried to approach Corey and speak to him but felt that whoever Corey used to be was no longer there, and that he was going down a dark path. Deb goes to the home of Dr. Mathis and is found by Michael, who picks her up by the throat and impales her with his knife, leaving her hanging there. Corey takes Allison out again and they climb to the top of the radio station building. They plan to leave Haddonfield for good, but when they climb down, they are found by local DJ Willie the Kid. He mocks the two as he does on his radio show, and he threatens them to leave. Halloween Day arrives, and Corey sleeps in Allen's house. Laurie orders him to stay away from Allison, but Laurie seems to have vanished before Corey can realize it. Corey calls Allison and says they need to leave the town soon because he claims Laurie tried to kill him. Corey returns to the sewer and asks Michael for the mask, which turns into a struggle, ending with Corey overpowering Michael and grabbing his mask. Michael can still be seen rising after Corey leaves. Allison goes home to get her things and argues with Laurie when she tries to get her to stop. Corey scratches Psycho into Terry's car to bait him into chasing him to the junkyard. The teens find Corey's motorcycle and attempt to hook it up to their cars and drag it. Terry goes to get help from Ronald, who gives him a rifle for protection. But when Ronald sees that it's Corey, he tries to get Terry to stop, only to get shot in the head. Corey grabs Terry and sticks a blowtorch in his mouth, melting Terry's face off. Corey then stomps on Margot's skull and runs over her body. Corey returns to his house and fights Michael for his mask, killing Corey for good. Just as Allison is heading out, she gets a call from the police who report the suicide attempt, and Allison realizes what's going on. Laurie and Michael begin their showdown, with Michael throwing Laurie all over the place and trying to stick her hand in a running garbage disposal. Laurie grabs Michael's knife and impales his hand onto her kitchen counter. She removes Michael's mask to get a good look at his face, acknowledging him not as the boogeyman but as a regular man. She slits Michael's throat, but he attempts one last attack before Allison shows up and helps Laurie slit Michael's wrist, finally ending her nemesis. Allison and Laurie, along with the police, investigate Michael's corpse and alert Haddonfield. The town gathers and throws Michael's body into a compactor, ending the town's nightmare. Allison reconciles with Laurie, who believes Corey is evil in the end. She moves out of Haddonfield, carrying her parents' wedding rings. Laurie's novel concludes that evil never truly disappears, but takes a different shape. Hawkins visits Laurie, who brings groceries, and they discuss a potential relationship.